Edition of the Checkered Flag. We're filming right here live from Lower Lake, California. Live in the studio. Good to have you back, man. Driver Dave Mitchell, and of course our wonderful guest. We'll get to in just a little bit. Want to give the official welcome to you. You decided that we're going to actually have you on as the permanent co-host. I appreciate that, man. We're looking forward to working with you.
I'm excited to be here. Thanks,
hey, and I also have another huge thing. Almost near 15,000 views.
Fantastic.
15,000 views. I want to thank all you fans out there because it's for you guys. It's you guys that makes this happen, makes us able to do this here at the Checkered Flag.
Thank you, thank you. Hi, Mom.
Just added to our guest list is none other than Edward Heinz. I don't know if you've heard of him. Edward Heinz is Director of Marketing for Max Speed, a Thunder Racing, a reality TV show. We're going to have him on January 27th to find out what that's all about. And that will actually be airing on Fox, the Fox affiliates, Fox Sports on the East Coast. So we're going to have him on. We're going to talk to him.
Fantastic.
We're also going to have the contestant drivers from Max Speed, Trevor Edwards and David Toller. So we're going to welcome them to our show. And we'll get to that in a little while. Of course, on the 27th, we're going to hear from Edward Heinz.
Sounds fun.
Right. And then before we get to our sponsors, you had something that you wanted to start off with.
Sure. We want to send some prayers and some condolences out to Jim Poff's family. Jim was a flat track racer that also raced go-karts. He's famous for doing wheelies on the freeway on his Harley. Just a great guy, loved by lots, and he succumbed to cancer this last Saturday. So love and prayers out to the family.
Yeah, from all of us at the Checkered Flag, love and prayers to you and your family. And we're going to take a short advertising commercial break because we've got to pay the bills here, and we'll be right back.
And by Yaya's Coffee House, located in the Burns Valley Mall near Grocery Outlet. Running a family-friendly environment, Yaya's is the new hotspot coffee house in Clear Lake. Oh, did I mention they have free Wi-Fi? Come into Yaya's Coffee House today. And by Yaya's Coffee House, located in the Burns. The Checkered Flag Show is sponsored by Manticore Tax and Accounting. Don't get caught without a paddle on tax season. Manticore Tax and Accounting can help. Manticore Tax and Accounting offers a wide range of services to our individual business clients. For more information, call 480-671-8216 or toll free 1-800-865-6121. Be sure to visit them down at 4800 Highway 53, conveniently located in Lower Lake, California. The Checkered Flag
you actually have to drop a race. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. You have to drop a race, and then you have to race twice in Ukiah and twice in Dixon.
Yep.
So twice in Ukiah and twice in Dixon.
Correct.
Yeah, I'm hoping the open guys do that because they're behind in getting their points. The
Yeah,
flat carts.
they can't run the flat carts at Ukiah.
They can't, so
We
they probably
tried
won't
that
get their
last year.
they probably won't get their points in.
Yeah, they'll still win a championship. That's what they did for me last year.
Right. Right on, Dave.
Yeah.
Go ahead, man.
Yeah, so that's what they did last year is because the flat carts don't fit at Ukiah and I was racing a flat cart. I went and
Right.
made an appearance, so they gave me credit for that and they let me have because I had accumulated the most points.
Right,
We won
right.
the championship.
So, do you play any other sports besides racing and all that?
I do a little bit of football.
Oh, there you go. What position are you?
I used to be center and a couple other positions.
Well, here's actually the big question. How do you balance your schoolwork with the extracurricular activities and your racing and football? How do you balance all that time?
I try to I do most of my homework at night mostly.
Right.
Because I usually get back from football practice, but it's been a while since I played football.
Right on. And you know, I actually just got to talk to somebody this past week, and you can elaborate on this. You actually work for someone else in the racing business, Wyatt Brown.
Yeah,
Racing?
a little bit.
A little bit. So what do you do? Tell us about them. What do you do with them?
I just see him at the track, talk to him a little bit, mostly.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it says that you work with them, and I know they have what do they run in bombers and things like that. Or
I don't know. I just don't. I just put that because.
oh, okay. You just put that. All right, Dave, go ahead, man.
Yeah, so I know Ace asked you about your future plans and that you're hoping to get picked up. In the meantime, what's your current goals? Planning on running the summer series in the 250 and the 500?
No, I plan on racing cycling, more
Oh, wow.
competitive.
Oh, you're gonna more cycle land
Yeah.
this year. So
Gotcha.
what? You don't mind me asking what decision for that, or
Huh?
what was the decision behind that?
I just like it better. It's closer.
Yeah, it's closer. Yeah, I've announced a couple races in cycling. They got some great people up there. They got a wide track too, and they're wide in the turns. They go you can go 3 or 4 wide now. That one over there.
Yep.
Right on, Dave.
Sounds exciting.
You can jump in here anytime you want, Dave. Just interrupt me when you're tired of hearing me talk. Just jump right in.
Okay, thanks, Ace. So let's see, how are you doing in school? That's important stuff.
Pretty good so far.
Good. Racing doesn't take away from your school time, right?
And a little bit, but I just gotta get school done.
No, I know some. Well, I know some parents actually have a system where they'll actually they won't let you race if you get under a certain grade. Is that you guys are kind of you kind of have that too? You have to keep up the grades to get behind the wheel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right on. So what we want to talk about? Let's talk about your sponsors. Of course, that's always important.
Well, I like to thank Justeson Ranch Farming and 99 Spark and Tune-Up and QRC Chassis
Right on.
and RCM Designs. They've helped me a lot. They did my vinyl. They did the helmet stickers for helmets and pretty much it. And family and friends.
There you go. So where are you heading to next? Are we gonna see you in Ukiah for the 25th?
Yep.
I know next weekend they're running a 600 series, so
Yep.
we'll see you out there. But for the Ukiah one, Dave.
Well, I'll be there Saturday night at Dixon Speedway in the 600, so if anybody's looking for something exciting to do, come on out to Dixon Speedway this Saturday night, where families come to race.
Oh, there you go. A cheap plug there.
Yep.
I was to see if you had any more questions for him before we got on to our next.
Well, I'm kind of curious, how involved are you getting in setting up the car? Are you learning about that yet?
Yeah, I've been learning a little bit. My dad's been teaching me.
Good. That'll help you throughout your racing career.
Yep.
Good luck and congratulations on your
Yep.
second place win and your lead in the points. That's very exciting.
Thanks.
Right. What about paved? You ever think about getting into paved track racing?
I don't know.
No,
Not if I get
maybe.
picked up.
If he gets picked, that's your best answer. If he gets picked up, well, yeah. All right, man. Well, thanks for being on. You want to hang out with us for the rest of the show?
Sure.
All right, sweet, man. Thanks.
Good job.
Yeah. All right. So I want to actually talk about. Actually, you know what? Before we finish, I want to get to the recap. But don't forget, you can send in your crash of the week. Now, crash of the week. Here's how it works. Send it to our email, thecheckeredflag@live.com. Each week, one will be chosen. The checkered flag, we'll actually give you two free tickets to each race, either at Dixon or Ukiah Speedway if you get chosen. And of course, that's brought to you by Always Towing in Lower Lake. For more information, call 707-995-5000, also one of our sponsors here.
Yep.
Never get stranded on the side of the road. And since we talked about it, shot of the week, actually captured images, shot of the week, ac-images.net, faithfully photographing each week. They actually are all over they're quite a few. Oh yeah, I can't keep up.
Yes.
Anyway, the picture is with Alec Justeson, actually. That's the shot of the week. Did we already show it earlier? Or shot of the week, his picture up there. Yeah, Alec Justeson. That's the one we talked about, the flip. So that is the shot of the week.
Now you'll be famous.
Yes.
I don't know about that.
Right. I got people chatting, and real quick, it says Big T and Jay are watching. Big T is who I call Terry DiCarlo.
Nice.
So I'm gonna give a shout out to Big T, as I call him. Yeah. So right on, man. All right. So let's get to, speaking of Big T and Dixon Speedway, let's get to the actual recap. We're gonna start with the beginner box. We had a great weekend this past weekend. We usually always do. A little bit later, we're going to actually talk about the rules too, and the rule changes things really shaped up this past weekend at Dixon with the rule changes. Starting with the beginner box, the 138, Emma Mendez took the win. Big hats off to her. Yeah, right on. And Kylie Keon in spot number 2. One in spot number 2. James Bum, number 3. Number 4, Kendra Land. Going for the beginner, we're going actually tonight, since we have time, we're going to be covering mains and dashes.
Good.
Kylie Keon, number 25, Kylie Keon went from fast time and the junior outlaw to rolling it 3 times. This is quoted from her dad on Facebook. To the poor girl rolling it 3 times. That girl rolled it.
Right.
Well, she got up, she brushed it off, and she got right back behind the wheel and won the beginner box in main. So big hats off to Kylie. Yeah, big hats off to Kylie for that. She's showing that she's definitely going to be a true racer. Emma Mendez, spot number 2. Number 3, Kendra Land, going with the top 5. Number 4, Wyatt Van Laer and James Bum took the top 5. 250 dash. That was a great race. Also, we had a lot of cars.
Are you in that dash?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't qualify so good.
Yeah, no, not the dash, but you were in the main. We'll
Yeah,
talk about that in a
yeah.
minute. Second in the main. Kyle Woodcock won. Colby Berry in spot number 2. Number 3, Colby Juarez. Michael Sellers and the top 5 was brought by Sky Thompson. 250 main. Colby Juarez won in the 250 main. Michael Sellers in spot number 2. Kyle Woodcock in 3rd. Colby Berry in 4th. Kyler Berry, the Berry boys were definitely having that 4th and 5th. Boy, those two really battled it out though this past week. Carly Austin and spot number 6. I'm going with 10 on that. Big hats off. Taylor DiCarlo, spot number 7, raced it pretty hard.
Little Tay.
Little Tay, yeah. There's a girl that's moving up too. She has a win at Ukiah, so
good.
She's definitely racing it hard. Joshua Lewis, the 14J, 8. Isaiah Vasquez in 9, and Ellie Russo bringing up the top 10. Junior Outlaws. Jessica McManus battled it out with Caden Berry side by side. It was Berry at one point. We saw him up front. Thought he was going to take it. Then Caden Berry got up there, and it's all about finding that opening.
Yep.
And he found that open, and Caden Berry found that opening and ended up taking the win. Chavez in spot number 3. Katie Syra in number 4. Hope Chavez in spot number 10, spelled differently, but this, no relation. Kylie Keon in number 6. Junior Outlaws, going for the recap of the Junior Outlaws. Caden Berry, 1, and number 2, Jessica McManus for the Junior Outlaws. Katie Syra, number 3. JJ Plouffe, number 4. Now, there's a kid that's moved up.
Yes, sir.
Moved up from a beginner box.
Yep.
Not bad. Chance Grasty, top 5. Good job, kid. The 57, Kylie Keon, and number 6. Number 7, Mikey Chavez.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hope Chavez, number 10, and Colby Torliat. And of course, then there was a Speedway Open Dash, and those were really exciting.
They always are.
They get very competitive, and talk about side-by-side racing with those two.
Yes.
Manasaidara, how you pronounce it, and Lonnie T. Cat were definitely had a great battle going. Lonnie T. Cat, number 2. Number 3, Ron Bowles. Mario Giannani there's a name I haven't seen before, but came in at number 4th. Speedway Opens. This was another side-by-side heart-stopping action. And let me explain real quick for those who don't know that we talked about it last week. The Speedway Opens and the animal carts, and those carts are actually, you're exposed from the waist up, no roll bars.
We call them flat carts because
Flat
the driver actually sits lower, and there's, as Ace described, there's no roll cage, no seat belts.
We were kind of actually teasing up in the announcers booth. We actually say they kind of look like Mario. They do. They kind of look like Mario Karts. Like Mario Karts, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Lonnie T. Cat actually won the spot, and Lonnie actually pulled double duty. He also raced the 500.
Oh, you did. Good.
Yes, he did race the 500 that night, and we'll talk about that because we had a grand total, a record, I believe. 38 500s showed up to Dixon. Wow.
That's pretty good.
Manasaidara, spot number 2, number 3, Ron Bowles. Boy, he's still ahead in the points, though. They can't catch him in the points, but I was amazed to see him. I didn't see him up front at all. So normally he's hard to catch, but
Top 3 in him to death.
in the top 3 in him to death, yeah, the last couple of races. You said it right. Anton Giannani, number 4, number 5, Mario Giannani. They're actually brothers.
Yay.
Dash Clones for the Open. Now we're on the Clones now. AJ Salido took the win. Scott Pearson in spot number 2.
Good.
Pearson and Salido were side by side with Scott and Morgan. Of course, Scott and Morgan actually tried to pull a middle slot there.
Yikes.
I've seen happen in those. Yeah, they get pretty gutsy.
Yeah.
So Scott Pearson won the main. AJ Salido took the spot number 2. Kirby Jr. in spot number 3. Scott
John
Morgan
Kirby
in 4th.
Jr.
Yeah, Kirby Jr. Tyler Burr in 5th, and in 6th, Tom Selly in 7th, Nicholas Nance. On to the 500s now. We had a B1.
38 of them.
No, you used 38. No, correct me. I said B1 and B2, but you said it was B and C.
Right.
Yeah.
So they had a B and C because there was a total of 38 500s.
Were they transferring the top 2 from the C to the B?
I think it might have been. Yeah,
Top
I think
4?
it might have been top.
It was
3,
the
top
top.
2.
It was no. I thought it was. I could be wrong, but maybe they're chatting, so maybe Dixon will let me know. Is it top 3? Are you watching, Terry? Is it the top 3 that advanced, or is it the top 2? Maybe you can clear this up for us right now.
Well, it's for future reference.
Top 4.
Thank
Top
you.
4, okay.
Thank you.
Top 4.
So
The top four got to advance.
right.
We had 2 heats, B1 and then C.
So
So
the way
going-
it works is the top 4 from the C main will then transfer to the back of the B main.
Yes.
And then the top 4 of the B main will
Okay.
transfer onto the A main.
Yeah.
Right,
That's the way it
exactly. Dean Freitas Jr. took the win. Bradley Clark in number 2. Marissa Polizzi came in at number 3. Dustin Freitas in a 9JR, spot number 4. Top 5, Miranda Chappa. Good job, girl, making it to the top 5. Travis Folger, 6, 7, Jeffrey Hildebrand. The 250s, so C main, John Clark, Tony Pomo, or is it Pomo or Pomo? Pomo, that's right. Tony Pomo. Blaine Kraft, number 3. Chance Hawkins at number 4. Chance was up there. He got up to number 2. He did pretty good that night. Tess Malore, bringing up the top 5. A main 500s. Now we talked about this a little bit earlier in the opening of the show.
Right.
But I don't tell you, Sierra Furia. I don't know if you heard what happened. Sierra Furia took quite a tumble, or she actually didn't tumble. She ran into someone else that tumbled.
Right.
Broke her knuckles. Taped herself up, came back out of nowhere. She actually slammed into the cart out of nowhere. Came back in 5th in the main event. So
Congratulations.
I tell you what, man. Some of them girl racers are crazy. The ambulance told her. They says, hey, they said, you should go to the emergency room with us. And no, she wanted to stay in the points because she was second points.
Right.
Yeah. So she just wrapped herself up, raced with one hand, and came in the top 5. So.
That's
Pretty
pretty
good.
tough.
Yeah.
Knuckles.
Tough one girl
That
there.
hurts a lot.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. Riley Matson took the main. Alec Justeson, spot number 2. Not bad, bro.
Hey.
Woo. Yeah. Cody Eskew, spot number 3. Chloe Grasty, Sierra Furia brought up the top 5. Now tell us how that was racing Riley Matson. And boy, you had Matson in front of you and 2 good racers. Cody Eskew right behind you.
Yep.
Yeah.
And finally, on the last lap, I think Cody he just went up a little too high, and I cut underneath him. and got
Yeah,
second.
he found. Yeah, no, that was good. He found that opening. That's what happened. Cody went high. He found the opening on the low side of the track. Took the low side. Got right on by for spot number 2. Had there been a couple more laps, he might. I'm sure he probably would have even caught Riley Madsen. A bit of a bold statement, but I'm going to say it. Chloe Grassi, spot in 21C number 4. Sierra Furia brought up the top 5.
After getting injured like that.
After getting
very
injured
impressive.
like that, yeah.
That's pretty good.
All right, so we're going to actually get into our NASCAR junkie talk right now. And have you been following it all?
Sure.
Yeah, so what do you think about some of the new things that are going on right now in NASCAR? They outlawed the tandem drafting in the National Series.
Yeah.
And they can't. What do you think about that?
It's going to be very hard to
It's going to make it
enforce.
really, really,
Yeah.
really tough, I think.
Yeah.
And anyways, they're really cracking down because the tandem draft, the season opens on February. Both cars, and of course, they'll be black flagged
Yeah.
and disqualified if they do that. So it's going to make it tough.
Judgment call, I think, is a slippery slope that I wish NASCAR wasn't going down, but I'm sitting here and they're sitting there. So
Yeah, exactly.
we'll keep watching.
Yeah, we'll keep watching. We'll see what happens there.
And
of course,
they keep making news and keeping us paying attention, so they're doing their job.
right. Yeah, well, they're obviously we're still paying attention because we're talking about it here. So. Also, we have actually I don't have the picture, but Chase Elliott. We've been actually been trying to get on our show. Elliott. He's actually got to be in Test in Daytona, the number 9. We've actually followed him real closely here.
9, just like his dad.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Chase Elliott making his first laps in NASCAR Nationwide Series at Daytona International Speedway, and actually the Thunder testing in his junior Motorsports Chevrolet.
Oh, good.
Oh yeah, I got to use, obviously the 187.93 miles per hour.
So that team
You got
is
to
owned
start.
by Dale Earnhardt.
Yes,
Yep.
clarify that.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. And NASCAR K&N Pro Series East champion Dylan Kwasnowski, who I've had on my show.
Yeah.
Big hats off to Dylan because he actually led the morning season driving a Turner Scott Motorsports Chevrolet.
Morning session.
Morning session. Yeah, exactly. Anyway, so big hats off to him.
Busy at work. Heard from Jennifer Jo Cobb earlier today. They put in some laps earlier today as well in the truck.
Right,
A lot of exciting stuff going on over there.
Yeah, so let's talk about the new rules, and we're actually going to open the lines right now. In about 10 minutes, we should be hearing from our other guests, but I want to open the lines right now about the rules in Dixon. Let's get this up here. Yeah. So what do you think about that? I'm gonna read them off because we actually talked about them.
Good.
And I think the racing to the biggest rule which is the best one is now that they race to the yellow, and I think that really made things so much easier. I saw on the last race we didn't have as many yellows out there with that.
Yep. I like race back to the yellow because it's what I used to at cycling. They race back to the yellow and it makes everything faster and get stuff done more, and you don't have to rely on those transponders and take it back a lap.
Yeah, exactly.
The re-lineup can be the most time-consuming
Yeah.
part of the whole race.
Oh yeah. 'Cause,
That also, race back to yellow also helps that because on the transponders, then you have to realize where you all are. You race
Yes.
back to yellow, you know exactly where you're at.
I like it too.
It's definitely a good rule, and like you said, it makes it so much easier when they have to reconfigure the lineup because once I hear these guys being announcers, but I hear these guys on the radios, and it just gets pretty hectic trying to get these, I think having the pen board out there helps that Terry Big T holds, out there for the kids because
Sure.
the younger kids they have a little bit of a hard time getting back in order.
That's
the
a
younger
big
kids.
whiteboard that he takes out there
Yeah.
to let everybody know what their order is, where they're supposed to reline up.
Right.
But the bad thing about the whiteboard, it fogs up and stuff, and you can't see the numbers.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
It's hard
yeah,
to
that can-
read. I
There's
agree.
people complain about the whiteboard pens, but hey.
Yeah, as cold as it gets. Yeah, and I'm sure that Big T can tell us this. No matter what you do, and being a promoter, you try to change and make it happy. There's always going to be somebody that's going to complain.
Yeah.
And so he's doing his best to make
They are
things
doing
work
a
there,
great
and
job.
a great job there. And one of the other ones I like the fact that they actually had the single file at all times, except for the initial start, which is. Failure to do so will get you a trip to the rear, it says. And that's good.
That's a good thing.
That's a good thing, yeah. So
And that speaks to their dedication to trying to make their track as good as it can be. all these rules are in response to racers' complaints and comments.
Exactly, and that's why they did these. Exactly.
Hands down, I can't complain about Dixon Speedway. I like the way it's all hooked up and it's not slick, rigged to the fence. But hey, I can't complain. I like it.
Me
a
too.
lot.
Right on.
It's hooked up.
And of course, here's another big one. If you
Fun
need
place to be.
if you need, well, let's go back to the single file. The restart, except for the initial actually racing start.
Sure.
Which if they don't get, like last week, they don't get around the entire track before you have the first yellow flag. You have to obviously it's a complete restart.
Right.
If you need assistance anytime, you can go to the rear of the field. You will get 1 lap to start. If not, go to the pit and come back out on the next caution.
Right.
So what do you think about that one? Hot pits.
Yeah, and that could be something as simple as your left glove isn't on all the way,
Right.
or your seatbelt needs adjusted, or maybe you have a mechanical problem with your car.
Like last week, there was a question of whether somebody had their neck brace on. They couldn't quite tell.
Right.
So they stopped it for that. And
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think it's a wonderful way to do business because it gives people a chance to get things right and to stay safe, and that's what matters most.
Yeah, safety issues. That's why, like, whenever I had something wrong with mine, my gas tank lid fell off once. We had to pull in, that was a safety issue, and they put it back on, and I got my spot back.
There you go. That's a good way to run a business, I think.
Right. And then, of course, the hill poll will be done by 500 fast qualifier, and that'll be announced to be put on the lineup board. So what do you think about that? That's another awesome.
And that's for the
thing.
inversion, to determine where people start in the main event. That's what that pill poll's for.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then here's the one: fuel stops only happen after 35 yellow and green. So they're actually counting the yellow. They're counting the yellows.
They need to.
Yeah, they need to, because some of those races have gotten pretty brutal. Two weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, and a lot of we only had one that timed out on the my laps, and was that the 250s?
What? My laps?
Yeah, no, the ones that where we had to cut it short because it timed out on the my laps. Was that the 250s that happened?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, it sounds familiar. I think I remember hearing about that.
Right.
That's no fun.
Right, and of course, no yelling at officials in the booth, or a scoring tower is off limits, so they're making things easier for the people downstairs from the announcement.
Those are all rules that have already
Yeah.
been in place, but this
Right,
is just a
right.
reminder.
Yeah, that's all this is just some quick reminders.
We
so.
don't need to be retaught, but we do need to be reminded sometimes.
Right,
Also-
exactly.
Also, race back to yellow helps a lot, because we got to do 20 laps, and when they didn't do race back to yellow, we only got to do like 7 to 10 laps.
There you go.
But now we got more laps, makes us better driver.
Absolutely.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah, laps under yellow do not compare to laps under green.
Yeah.
Right.
We need laps under green.
Right,
I love
right,
the
exactly.
changes.
Yeah, exactly. But it doesn't always happen that way.
No,
Right.
but we certainly applaud Terry, Jeremy, and the whole crew from Dixon Speedway for making these changes. Good job, guys.
Right.
good job.
Doing their best.
I like it a lot.
Yeah. So let's talk to you. We have the 600 race coming up on this weekend. It was just added, right, for the 18th?
Yeah, there's been enough people that asked for it that they threw together another race, and that's one of the testaments as to why I love Dixon Speedway.
Right.
They're racers who have to be officials when they have to be officials, but at the bottom, they're racers, and they want to race they'd race every day if they could. So it's going to be 600s, both winged and non-winged.
Mm-hmm.
There are going to be dwarf cars, and I believe mini stocks are going to be out there as well.
Right.
We're going to start racing sometime around 4 o'clock Saturday afternoon. Drivers' meeting, I think, is at 2:45, and qualifying starts at 3, so I think we're going to start racing around 4. It's a great place to be on a Saturday afternoon, inexpensive family entertainment, and you can come and root for me. I can use the help. We're in the 4Q car.
Yeah. Well, tentatively 4 o'clock.
Yes.
Yeah. Boy, I tell you, we had a great race this past week, and I thought we were going to get rained out, but it cleared away. So it got pretty cloudy there for a minute. So I actually want to talk about, of course, the upcoming races that are happening. Of the 11th, of the 16th, which is this next is the 600 race. Are you racing the wingless and the?
Probably just
start out small and race the one.
We're probably just going to run the non-wing this weekend. Some of my crew members can't be there, and to switch the wing and to make all the chassis adjustments is not an easy task.
Right.
So
Right.
we'll see how it goes. I bring the wings with me, and we remain flexible. We may run non-winged, and then throw the wing on and do both mains.
There you go.
You know what? You guys will just have to be there to find out.
Terry, you're actually watching. Thanks to Terry said actually we're back live. I guess we were having some in and out problems. Terry, answer this for us if you can while we're on the internet. Are we running the other classes with the 600s, or just strictly 600s this next weekend?
No,
I wonder if he's running. The not modifieds, but the mini stocks and those also.
Yeah, mini stocks and dwarf cars, as long
Mini
as
stocks
enough
and
of them
dwarf
show
cars.
up.
Yeah, as long as enough. We've been getting plenty of those though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Been
He's
getting a
actually
lot of
answering us
fun.
right now. I believe he's gonna pretty much reiterate what you said.
Good.
And of course, the one back on the schedule, the 25th. Oh,
Oh, we got a call coming.
hello.
Hi, this is Cody Connor.
Oh, hey Cody, how are you,
Cody.
man? Yeah,
Hey.
you're a couple minutes early, but that's all right. How's it going?
Good, you?
I'm doing awesome. So hey, man, you actually are now. I actually got to apologize because I didn't realize that there's actually three. There could be up to 3 contestants for the performance-driven champion. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. Well, right on. Well, I wanted to, before we get to what that's about, I wanted to talk to you for a little bit and update and see how you're doing, man. We've had you on the show a couple of times. For those who don't know, Cody Connor is a prominent driver on the West Coast. Races the Tony. Is it Tony the Tiger or just the Tiger paint job?
It's a Tiger paint job.
Yeah, Tiger paint job, a late model. He started out in the Bandolero, for those people who don't know, and this is my 3rd time I've had him on the show. And he expressed that he was actually in the poll for the performance-driven champion. So before we get to that, I just want to get an update. How are you doing right now? What are you placing right now in your late model?
Well, right now, we just been really working on the cars. We just got the car all apart, and we're actually just putting our car back together. We were working on it today. We got a lot done. Got the steering all done, and right front, left front all done, and we're getting pretty good progress on that.
Oh, okay. So are you in off season right now? Okay, yeah. So he's pretty much off season for that. Yeah.
When does you guys' season start up?
March 1st is our first race.
All right, 3/1/2014.
Where's that at?
Greenville, Pickens.
Oh, nice.
Is any of this going to be televised at all?
No.
So are you still rating? Are you still racing your other types of cars? Are you still racing your Bandolero and?
Sometimes I'll race, but most of the time I'm racing my late model.
Right on. So let's get to. I want to get to the performance-driven champion. This is something very unique. We're going to give you some time to actually talk about what it's all about. For those who maybe didn't tune in last week, and Chase Johnson's also in the running, but I didn't realize. But so 3 people can actually win. Is that correct? 3 champions can be chosen.
15.
Oh, 15 can be chosen. Wow. Okay. So tell us about this. Tell us about this performance-driven champion and where they can go and what to vote and what it's all about.
You vote. It's alwaysachampion.com. You vote once a day until February 2nd for a chance to win $50,000 towards racing sponsorship. Like I said, alwaysachampion.com. You vote once a day until February 2nd to help reach my dream. That would be very cool for everybody to vote until February 2nd. Just remember, once a day.
Right on. So the poll closes on February 2nd.
Less than 3 weeks.
Less
You
than
guys
3
get your
weeks.
votes
So
in.
get your votes in less than 3 weeks.
Alwaysachampion.com.
Yes. All right. So you remembered, or you already, yeah. Alwaysachampion.com. I think we have it up there, and we can put it up on TV. So alwaysachampion.com. Be sure to check it out, and of course, vote for Cody Connor.
Every day from now till
Every
February
day from
2nd.
now, yes. Cody, if that's all, we're going to go ahead and let you go, and I'm going to get back on the upcoming races.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much, man.
See you March 1st.
Yes, we'll see what happens March 1st. We'll get you back on the show to see if you won and what happened, all right?
Okay,
All
thank
right.
you. I'll be awesome to get back on this show as soon as possible.
Oh yeah, yes, we'd like to get you on for a full interview to find out what's going on and everything. All right, that definitely gets you back on. So thank you.
Awesome.
Thanks,
Right.
Cody.
Bye. Cody Connor, he's actually, let's turn that off. Cody's been on our, this will be a third time he's been on the show, and he started, a little background on him, he started out racing a Bandolero, and we had him when we had him on our show back in 2011, and I watched the kid grow, so yeah, he's got that tiger looking paint job on his late model now, so he's recently has stepped into that, and he's doing really well, so, oh, gotta turn it off. There we go. Turn it over. Hey, and Terry actually wanted you to give it 2 thumbs up, so we'll do that for Terry DiCarlo. Give it 2 thumbs up right now. And he did say 600s. Now back on the mini stocks, dwarfs, and actual 4-bangers are also going to be there too.
Great.
So
Fantastic.
4-bangers are showing up. How was that? How was the 4-bangers in your
The
opinion?
Enduro?
For the Enduro, how was that?
It was a pretty good Enduro for the first time to have an Enduro at Dixon Speedway. The 100 laps went by really quickly.
35. I heard it was a total of all of about 35 minutes.
Yeah, something like that. It went quickly. They only had to throw a red flag once. And Enduro concept, you don't even have a yellow flag. It's either green or it's red. And the only reason that the track is ever red is if a car's on fire or somebody's hurt or the track is completely blocked. So that means if the track is partially blocked, you got to drive around dead cars. So
Right.
it's very exciting. It's very fun.
Let's talk about Enduros too, because that's something that, me being a newbie to announcing dirt track racing, I'm not exactly sure. So what are Enduros?
Well, it's a concept where you take an inexpensive car and knock all the breakable parts off or remove them and put a roll cage in and go racing. It's an entry level, generally. Oftentimes, guys who've raced all year will help their crew prepare a car so that they can race and get a feel.
Right.
And it's a bunch of laps at one time. 100 lapper that they had at Dixon is the shortest Enduro I've ever heard of. I was in one at San Jose Speedway that I think was 250 laps scheduled.
Wow.
Yeah, and Ocean Speedway, which it is now, used to be Watsonville Speedway, and they had a Halloween race for years and years and years, and that was usually 200 laps, and it would be 100 laps one way, and they'd stop you at halfway and turn you around and make you go the other way.
Right.
So,
is that the 4-banger?
No, this was a full-size stock car.
Yeah. I know because the 4-bangers I've seen, they're actually pretty exciting. What they do is they put tires. Did they do this over there with the tires and then weed in and out of the tires? Is that how they did it at Dixon?
Yep.
Yeah. So those are familiar with the 4-bangers and those are a lot like what they've known in Shasta and other northern tracks is Hornets.
We didn't do that at Dixon.
You didn't do the tires?
No, but I've been in other races.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
There were enough distractions at Dixon.
Right, exactly. And then you had, like I said, then they did the opposite direction. So those are absolutely
very
just
exciting.
insane to watch. Very exciting to watch. You know what else is exciting to watch? And again, as soon as we get the schedule, we'll put it out here too. Is the paved track schedule? I know they like to do have you ever seen the boat racing? Like they drag the boats. Yeah, those are absolutely insane too.
There's no bad racing, just some kinds are a little more exciting than others.
Yeah, right, exactly. So back on the schedule, the 16th, next weekend, 600s, Enduros, mini stocks,
dwarf cars.
The dwarf cars, those dwarf cars are exciting. They're very similar to, they're very similar to the paved ones that I have, the only difference between the paved ones, which are Legends, is they have the fenders on them.
No, there's some other differences. The Legend cars are actually spec cars. You buy them all from one manufacturer.
Oh,
and they're all identically prepared. They have very strict rule packages, down to tire brands and how much caster and camber you can adjust. Very strict rule packages. So there are real drivers class. And a little bit more expensive to run than a dwarf car because of all those restrictions.
Yeah.
And they generally run on asphalt, but they also run on dirt in some places.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I strongly considered going into a Legends before I went into the 600 Microsport.
I could have seen you driving a Legend.
It was tempting.
Yeah.
The dirt track and the 600 for me made a little more sense this year because I'd spent the last couple of years running on dirt. We have enough new things to learn.
Yeah.
Trying to take baby steps.
Have you ever driven an Outlaw Kart?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Nope.
I still want to test out an Open.
You should.
those opens. Yeah, just to get behind the wheel of it and just
You should.
by myself. I don't think I'd want to get out there with a race everybody.
We'll put you a little cordless microphone, let you go do some laps.
See how that works? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, back on the schedule, the 25th at Ukiah Speedway for points race number 6. Drivers meeting at 3:15 p.m. Racing starts at 4. Ukiah Speedway is at 1055 South State Street in Ukiah.
Yep.
So be sure to check. And then, of course, our awards banquet at 1308 Roman Way, Martinez, California, at the Plumbers Hall. So you're going to want
February 1st.
February 1st, and we're crowning
February 1st.
You want to go? We're crowning the champions. And actually, it's $20 to get in, except for the champions. And they're actually at the racetrack every week. There are sheets you can fill out. So go down there and over where Shalane is and pick those up and fill them out, and so you can get entries into the banquet.
They're also available online at Dixon Speedway, of course.
Right, and of course, all this information can be found at DixonSpeedway.net or UkiahSpeedway.com. And check out Dixon on Facebook and be sure to like them.
Yep.
Yeah, back on the schedule on the 8th at Dixon Speedway for points race number 7.
Just a quick note about another banquet on January 25th. Delta Speedway's banquet will be held at the Hilton in Stockton.
Oh,
That'll
there
be
you
a
go.
fun time as well.
Yeah, right on. Well, the 25th, I'll be in Ukiah, but yeah.
Yeah.
And then, of course, on the 8th in Dixon, we're sharing with Ukiah and Dixon. They're doing the Winter Series, Ukiah
Sister
Speedway.
tracks.
They are sister tracks.
Yep.
Ukiah Speedway for points race number 8. And then, of course, in March 1st, the final points race number 9. I'm sure they'll probably add some things in there. So
Yeah, there's talk of a 600 race on February 15th. 600
right.
dwarfs and 4 bangers and the mini stocks again, similar to this Saturday night show.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Weather dependent, of course. Car count dependent, of course. So if you got a car sitting around, bring it out.
Right. And of course, be sure to check out our website, checkeredflagshow.com, where you can watch us online. And we actually put your bio. We actually just got through putting your bio up on there.
Thank you.
So yeah. All right. So I want to talk about current points right now, and lines will be open if anybody wants to call in and chat about the Dixon rules with us, or whatever is on your mind.
Sure.
So we have about 15 minutes left in the show. So I want to go talk about the current points right now in the points lead. Kylie Keon is ahead in points for the beginner box. Going to go with top 5. Kendra Land is in spot number 2 in her double zero. Nancy McAllister, 3rd in points, and this is her first year actually getting. Yeah, so big hats off to her first year. Haley Glass in number 4. I didn't see her this past weekend. Top 5, Devin Belton. These are for the beginner box. Junior Outlaws. Kylie Keon points twice again. Boy, this girl a lot.
Yep.
Kylie Keon points. Ahead in points for the Junior Outlaws. These are beginner box. Junior Outlaws. Cole Brown. I didn't see this past weekend. 2nd in points. Tyler Shipley. 3rd in points. 4th. Bryson Betancourt and Brody Armtrout. 5th in points. Yeah, I wonder what happened. I haven't seen him in a couple of races either.
Taking some time off, I think.
Yeah. Sky Thompson right now is ahead in points for the 250 carts. Cameron Haney, 2nd in points. Taylor DiCarlo, 3rd in points. And Alec Justeson,
No way. 4th in points
right now. He'll catch up. Ellie Russo in 5th. And
followed by last week's guest, Alexa Small, pulling up 6th.
Yeah, exactly. Gonna go to Speedway Opens. Chris Mello, we haven't seen. Ahead in points. Ryan Diate, Lonnie T. Cat. I think Lonnie might have moved up though.
Probably.
I think he moved up 1. Yeah, this is a little outdoing here. So Lonnie moved up 1. Scott Smith and then Tom Walsh in 5th. For the animal carts, Larry Gorham and then these are current because I just got them for this weekend.
Okay.
Off of DixonSpeedway.net, Larry Gorham in the 33, Robbie Cadweller, Ross, and then Boro in 5th.
Jason Boudreau in 4th.
Jason Boudreau
Very
in 4th,
nice.
yeah. And then, of course, I don't have it in front of me, but Riley, who's in the head in 5th, I think Riley Matson right now.
Is he already?
No, actually, that's wrong. He's actually broke the record this past week.
Oh, good.
Oh, that's what I was going to talk about. He actually
Track record for the
broke
500s.
the track record for the 500s this past weekend. So.
$20.
Huh?
It's worth $20.
It's worth
Anytime
$20
you
to break the record?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yep. Can't hurt.
Right on.
By about 2 gallons of race fuel.
It was. Yeah, I'd say it probably doesn't get you a whole lot. So.
It's better than the other way. It's better than having to spend $20.
Right.
Yep.
Right. All right, well, we want to go back and see. Yeah, well, actually, we were going to talk about the reality show that's coming up, the production for the reality show, which I'm actually really excited about. And again,
Heck
on the 27th, we're going to have Edward Heinz. And Edward Heinz, by the way, is president of Sports Market, or gosh, if I could, hopefully I say this right, New Generation Sports Marketing. So he's actually marketed some young guys out there in the racing, and he's just added to our guest list for the 27th, for our trending 27th edition. And production of the reality show will begin shooting. Actually, they'll start Rolling Thunder Modifieds, I believe, April 2014. They're going to start, and we're going to have, and it's called Drivers for Max Speed. It's basically Thunder Racing. They're going to follow these two racers, and they're modified racers, Trevor Edwards and David Toller, on their journey.
Sounds exciting.
Yeah, and of course Fox programs in North Carolina, Fox 21 and Fox 46, and of course all your Fox affiliates for the mid to U.S. to eastern U.S.
That'll give
area.
people who've never been in the pits a different view.
Yeah.
It's a whole different world that people don't know about, right?
It's,
Yes,
yeah.
whole different world.
Yeah.
And you're also welcome to come to Dixon Speedway or Delta or Ukiah or any of the other local speedways. And when you buy your Cycleland as well.
Yeah,
thank
Red
you.
Bluff.
Thank you, Red Bluff as well. And you can actually
push 'em
walk
along.
around through the pits and see what it's like as a spectator. And you'll find that the racers are friendly and with open arms. They'll welcome you and help introduce you into this wonderful sport.
Yeah, no, you're right about that. That's the thing I like about the Outlaw Kart and those racing is you don't have to pay extra to go into the pits. The ticket will get you into the pits, and you can walk around and talk to the racers, and they'd be more than happy to talk to you. So.
Yeah, unless we're in the midst of the thrash trying to get ready for the next race. But
Yeah.
then we may put a wrench in your hand and ask you to help.
Right. I'm just so amazed at, giving Dixon another plug here, but I'm really amazed at the, just how many cars are showing up. It's more popular. There's more and more showing up now.
Yep.
38 500s.
38 500s.
Yeah, and we're even seeing more beginner box. So Dixon's proven the place to race at for sure.
We had 60 plus 600s twice this year.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
yeah, exactly.
So it is the place to
They make for some long nights, but they're pretty exciting to call those races.
Yeah, well, we'll sleep when we're dead. We're going racing.
Yeah, that's what I say. There's times when I've been on the road with Dave Warden, Action Captured Images. We're at 2 o'clock. We've been on the road known to be on the road at 2 o'clock in the morning, but that's just how it is, you know.
Many
Those of us
at
diehards are in
4 a.m.
yeah.
getting home some
Right.
nights.
Yeah.
They're also making improvements at Dixon, and I actually wanted to talk about this too.
Did that once.
Yeah.
At Triple Crown.
Dixon actually has a donation. We're trying to get a scoreboard, and
Yes.
there was already. Remember, get it correctly. Matson. They already donated a bunch of money for the scoreboard, or the.
I can't confirm that. Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly who it was, but somebody
Somebody
up
did.
a bunch.
Yeah, somebody put up a bunch already. So that for the scoreboard. There's for the scoreboard. So they're
Scoreboard
definitely
fund is
definitely making improvements over there to make your racing experience. And they
Even
actually
better.
added even better. Actually, the local school has donated even better. The local school has donated some bleachers, extra
You're right.
bleachers too.
Yeah, we got some new bleachers. So
Right.
things are on the up and up. Coming
That's
up.
always good.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Well, folks, if no one else wants to call in, that's our show. Don't forget that next week we're going to be back. Oh, gotta go to my checkeredflagshow.com because I was dumb and I was not prepared.
Happens to the best of us.
Yeah. Of course, then it's going to take 10 hours to go to pull up. Yeah.
Coffee House.
Next week we have Orion Robinson, #1, and of course we're going to be speaking with Sean Jackson of Outwater Karts. So Sean Jackson's going to be running. He's going to actually with his schedule, he's done very well with trying not to run up against other tracks. And I had a chance to talk to Sean a couple of weeks ago, and I'm going to be welcome to me back. So I'm going to go down there and maybe see if my schedule permits it. Announce a couple of races down there. He's trying to do some stuff for the kids too. So
He is doing stuff.
he is doing stuff for the
Doing
kids.
stuff, yep.
Yeah, he definitely is. So big hats off to Sean Jackson.
Yep.
He'll be on the show with Ryan Robinson. next Monday night, right here on the Checkered Flag.
We
That's
can
our-
talk to Ryan about his experiences
Yes.
in Tulsa.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, we can.
Yeah, that'll be
I
exciting.
talked to him last
You did?
Saturday.
Good.
Because I know Ryan pretty good. I raced with him at Cyclone.
Call in
Against him.
next week and you can bug him.
Yeah,
All
there you
right.
go. Oh, I don't know if he's gonna be live or gonna be on the show, but we'll figure it out hopefully.
Yeah.
But call in, you can. Well, we don't have to be, but you can chat. Wonderful chat feature
Right,
on
there you
Facebook.
go.
Yeah. Oh. Well, folks, that's our show. Tune in right here, same time, same place next week.
Yep.
Good job, man. You did great.
And by Yaya's Coffee House, located in the Burns Valley Mall near Grocery Outlet. Running a family-friendly environment, Yaya's is the new hotspot coffee house in Clear Lake. Oh, did I mention they have free Wi-Fi? Come into the Yaya's Coffee House today. And by Yaya's Coffee House, located in the Burns Valley Mall near Grocery Outlet. Running a family-friendly environment, Yaya's is the new hotspot coffee house in Clear Lake. Oh, did I mention they have free Wi-Fi? Come into Yaya's Coffee House today. The Checkered Flag Show is sponsored by Manticore Tax and Accounting. Don't get caught without a paddle on tax season. Manticore Tax and Accounting can help. Manticore Tax and Accounting offers a wide range of services to our individual business clients. For more information, call 480-671-8216 or toll free 1-800-865-6121. Be sure to visit them down at 4800 Highway 53, conveniently located in Lower Lake, California.